So this is the post-draft ranking video. A couple things I wanted to point out if you guys didn't notice already. Ryan has elected to call Mark's team this year the Cheating Toms, and he's also selected a nice logo for him. And to clarify any confusion, Will Forks Chode, the name and logo has now been taken over by Austin in an ultimate job of trollativity. Hot topic this week has been the IR whole shenanigans, which is driving me absolutely crazy. For anybody who's been living under a rock, what happened was before the season we voted to have an IR slot. I did not realize, and I don't think anyone else really realized, that Yahoo soon changed the IR slot to also include pup players and out players. And Yackle apparently knew this, and he drafted Dion Lewis in the last round specifically because he knew he could put him on the IR slot because he was on pup. So to avoid problems, shenanigans with the new IR slot, we have put it to a vote whether to get rid of the IR slot, in which case it does. Yackle will have to put Dion Lewis back onto his bench, and the IR slot will go away. If we vote to keep the IR slot, go ahead, all hell will break loose, and people can basically use it as another bench spot if they have a player who's listed as out. So we'll see how that plays out. The poll's going to end Saturday, 9/10 at 9 o'clock. So, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully there won't be too many people getting butthurt regardless of how it goes. Here's the rankings for this year. As you can see, it's pretty close. There's a lot of people in the middle here. I'm going to go through the teams real quick and talk about their strengths and weaknesses. Zika Babies has the best wide receivers in the league. I could use some work at quarterback and tight end. Next, we have the Cheating Toms. They're a pretty well-rounded team, and they could use a little help at tight end and quarterback, although they do have Brady on their bench. Big Daddy Yak, next, he's got a well-rounded team as well. He could use a little bit of help at quarterback and at flex. He's got a pretty good bench. Raging Ray Rice, next one down. And he has a well-rounded team overall. He could probably use a lot of help at flex, though. 2 Live Jew needs a lot of help at quarterback. I know he's a Jets fan, but Fitzpatrick isn't the best guy in my opinion. But his bench spot's looking pretty strong. Apocalypse Meow, by the way, Ian, I like that name, obviously, because I'm a crazy cat person. You need a little help at quarterback, maybe tight end. But other than that, it's a pretty good team. AWA, they need a lot of help at wide receiver. And, yeah, that's looking pretty bad. Peekaboo Crew, they got a good quarterback. They could use some help at the flex spot and probably another running back, another good wide receiver. Top Gun Ballers, they're up there too. That's a well-rounded team. They don't have anything they're particularly strong or weak at. Probably get another wide receiver or running back to improve them. The Dingleberries, they could use a little help at tight end and probably another running back too. But another well-rounded team there. Greg's Splendid team, they need a lot of help at tight end. I'd say that's their biggest glaring weakness. Where's the Beef Brady? They could use some better wide receivers on that team and probably some help with the bench. Will Forks Chode, which I have to keep reminding myself is now Austin. They need some help at running back, probably some help at wide receiver and flex. And Ramsey Bolton to LA. They need some help at wide receiver pretty bad. So, keep in mind that these rankings are based, they're probably valuing running backs and wide receivers higher than quarterbacks and defensive teams. And I didn't factor in kickers at all because, forget that. So whoever the hell drafted Gostkowski this year, give yourself another point if you want to. 'Cause that's pretty much all I would give it. So, you got the Yahoo drafts too. I wouldn't put a lot of stock in pre-draft rankings because I think you guys have played enough fantasy football now to know that nobody knows how this goes. And I'll be doing power rankings at the end of week 2, I think. And I think that'll give us a better idea of whose team is good and whose team sucks. Going forward this year, I think my videos are going to do a lot less recap with 14 teams and 7 games. I'm not going to be able to go through each game and talk about which players scored. I'm going to go over big things like trades, major injuries, and transactions, waiver moves, things like that. And then I think every 2 weeks or so I'll do power rankings, and that should give us a better idea who's in control. Also, we've been talking about having guest stars on. I'd be more than willing to entertain that. I think that would be hilarious and a lot of fun for everyone. So good luck this season, and hope to see some of you guys on Sunday maybe.